Hello, everybody. Welcome to Queer Games. Heck yeah! I'm Luke Miller. I'm a game dev. I make little indie games, but I also play indie games because I guess I have a sickness inside of me, and that keeps drawing me to these little nuggets of unfinished love that is most indie games in my experience. Um, I don't know where I go. When I start these streams, I should do a bit more prep work and kind of figure out what I want to say in the first minute or so because it just becomes a bit of a ramble, I've noticed. But oh well, no one's paying me. So, yeah, I'm happy. Um, Today we're playing Flowers, Photos, and Pills. Why are we playing it? I hear you not ask. Well, if you had just kept quiet for a little while longer, I would explain it. But, you had to not open your big mouth. Um, Once a year for the last 3 years, there's been a big event called the Queer Games Bundle on Itch, which is a game platform for mostly indie games, where queer artists around the world put their games and their comic books and their albums and their tabletop games into one big bundle. And for a small donation, really, a small purchase price, you get them all. And it's exceptional value. But also, it's like a good thing to do because that money gets split up between most of the people who've put their stuff in the bundle, and that money goes around the world. And I think in the last couple of years, it's been like 600 or 800 bucks per artist, which for I think most places in the world, that's probably the rent for a month. I don't know about you, but that I think for a young artist, that's actually you know what an amazing thing that is. So it's well worth the support. And as part of that, I thought I'd play through some of the games because I mean, if there's like 300 items in a bundle, I don't know about you, but I'm always like, well, I'm never ever going to play any of those. Really, it's just too overwhelming. But I thought, oh no, I'm going to make the effort and see what we've got because I've been lucky in that in previous years I've played games for the Queer Games Festival. So when I was looking through the list of the bundles, the submissions to the bundles, I was like, oh, I've actually played a lot of these games. And if I just kind of push myself a little bit in May, June, I can actually kind of play like a big chunk of the bundle, like complete the set almost. Um, so that's how I got here. That's why I'm here, and I've just been working my way through them. It's hard to judge though, like the quality, because with the Queer Games Festival, people only enter the games that they're like, oh, I think this is a really good game that people should see. I think with the bundle, people enter the games because they're like, well, I've made a game. Um, Here's this big like this big fun event things happening, so I'm going to contribute and maybe get a few dollars. So there's kind of like the quality threshold. I do believe is different because they're just different. They're different events. They're different purposes. Uh, but then I've noticed the difference that with the Queer Games Festival, right, you just kind of play through all the games. Whereas I think with the Queer Games Bundle, you have to be a little bit more discerning. You're like, well, that's an album, or that's a tabletop game, or this is like a demo of chapter one of a game. So you kind of have to skip it, I guess, because like, what can you do with it? Like, you can't really stream it. But other than that, it's going really well. I'm loving the games. I'm loving the game sick, as we say. I'm sure today will be no different. Today we're looking at Flowers, Photos, and Pills. That's a great title. I've only just really registered that title because I don't really know much about the games going in. I just kind of go like, what can we play? What can we play? And then grab it and throw it on. And I try not to know much about it because I like surprises. If you don't like surprises, look away. This isn't the stream for you. But to go back to the title, it's like it's sort of a fancy title, and then it's got pills in it. I'm like, yeah, this is a queer game. Already, I can tell. It's running in the browser. It's free, so you can play it right now if you wanted. I don't know. Can I move that? Yes. Okay. The thing about running games in the browsers is that like you just scroll it slightly the wrong way, and the whole thing explodes in OBS in the stream. So I'm always like careful. here we go. Is there is audio. Okay, the audio is coming in and out. Start. That's nice. Alright, cool. I love the art style. How loud is that music? I might just turn it down just a little bit. Alright, there we go. Oh, you can walk around. The other thing about queer games, 90% of them are visual novels. So anything where you are doing anything other than just walking, other than just clicking yes, 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 is really good. Or really special, I suppose. Space. Do we click on it? I don't quite know what the controls are, unfortunately. I love this painterly style. I just don't know, I can't seem to reach that thing up there. Okay, I'm just going to have a quick look at the website. See if there are like, you don't call it, instructions on the webpage. Yes. It doesn't really say. Okay, we have a camera, but how do we activate the camera? Space. Space doesn't appear to do anything. Shift. I'm just going to start pressing all the keys. Oh, nope, that's a bad idea. Unfortunately, we don't seem to be able to interact with that interactable object. So, but maybe we're not supposed to. Okay. Oh, it's a good looking game though. But unfortunately, if it's broken on my computer, because I run Linux, it doesn't always play nice with some games, especially Unity games. We may not just be able to progress. I'm pressing space. I can't jump. I can't. I think we just have to. I think we're just going to have to say that this one's not happening for us today. It's a beautiful game though, and I certainly don't want to suggest in any way that it's the game dev's fault it's not working. Like, it's definitely something on my end. I mean, it could be the dev, but it's probably on my end. All right. Well, what a pity, because I could just tell this was going to be a really, really interesting little game. But just because I couldn't play it doesn't mean you cannot play it. You can go to the website right now, get it. It's part of the bundle, but it's also free, and you can play it in the browser, but you can also download it for Windows. And I really suggest you should do it. And you can always let me know what it was about in the comments below. All right, have a good day. and I'll talk to you some other time.